In case you were wondering if the thumbnail was referring to PlayStation, no, the win is for gamers, not PlayStation in this regard. However, they will be the express benefactors of such a win. Marvel Spider-Man 2 is coming to Steam, and PlayStation has decided that it will wisely, for the benefit of its studios, in order for them to stay open, in order for people to eat, drop the stupid PlayStation account requirement. And I got a PSN. I got no problem using it. However, the PC audience has said to them, this ain't going to work. You guys need to figure something out. Now, this is basically a win for PC. And for those of you who are probably wanting, say, the folk that are making games for you on your preferred platform to act according to your own preferences, this is how you train them. You train them by doing nothing. You train them by letting them know that if they're not going to meet you where you are, you're going to have to keep your money in your pocket and bless another company who decides to serve you the way you choose. Welcome to the Video Game Fight School channel. Thank you very much for tuning in. This is something that I've been talking about for the last few months, even to and against the grain of the barrage of so-called PlayStation fans who, for the most part, some of them don't like the fact that PlayStation has taken its PC business a lot more seriously lately. The reason that this is happening is simply because you got to keep your studios open. Insomniac is an expensive studio to run and a valuable studio at that. And to me, like I said, PlayStation being the benefactor of this, even though I say the win is not for them, it makes me happy. Devs can make games, people can stay employed, and we can play good games if the games are good enough for us. I'm mad at Spider-Man 2, but the reasons I'm mad at Spider-Man 2 is not because from a mechanic standpoint it's not a sound game. It's simply because of story beats that they failed to flesh out and opportunities that they failed to take. Specifically, using Mary Jane to be the proxy for Peter and Miles when they could have used other proxies like Black Cat, Silver Sable, and even Yuri, who were present in that story to flesh out anti-heroes and all of those other, pain points, especially in a game like this. But other than that, I can tell you that maybe there's the side that I may consider a Spider-Man 2 purchase on PC. But it's not likely. Already gave them full price there on the PlayStation. That should be enough for them as we go on. However, if you wanted to go ahead and get an official look in terms of that, you will see that the PlayStation account requirement has basically been axed for this particular game. And not just this game, but for other games at the moment. It seems like they're taking a soft approach and will probably maybe, in a sense, come back and, play a fast one. But I don't think it's at that point anymore. I think right now they know that they're at the mercy of the PC players. And actually, they know that the PC players can be quite rewarding. Helldivers 2 developers, Arrowhead, and also publisher PlayStation and owner of the franchise, experienced that in 2024 when they brought a game that people actually liked. So from the PlayStation blog, it says players will receive 2 early unlock suits, the Spider-Man 2099 black suit and the Miles Morales 2099 suit, plus additional benefits like trophies and friend management if they opt to connect to a PlayStation Network account. People were telling you to do this stuff a while ago, PlayStation. You just went for nothing and hamstrung God of War Ragnarok when you could have actually done good sales on PC. Why does this company keep doing this crap? They're always late to the party where they would easily make money. I was saying this stuff, guys. I said my aim for pointing out PlayStation's flaws is that they get better. I don't want to see the world where Microsoft and Xbox dominates all of this particular gaming space. And I don't care for Nintendo. I don't really play their games. And, they're going to be the next anyways. And the market's going to go ahead and, check out and see if they actually can withstand the storms. And this is exactly it. These guys should be here launching these games, selling 20 million copies in 4 months and not looking back. Because according to them, they already said that the PC platform is not a threat to their PlayStation fans. So what are they waiting for? Making these moves after everyone has already pretty much decided, well, we're not going to touch PlayStation games anymore? Rant aside. They go ahead and say, a PlayStation Network account is optional to play Marvel Spider-Man 2 on PC. Our friends in Insomniac are excited to collaborate with NetEase Games and Marvel Games to bring Peter Parker's Advanced Suit 2.0 from Marvel Spider-Man 2 to Marvel Rivals. Blah, 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 blah. Again, the market is speaking. The market is telling PlayStation you need to get good. You need to take very, very interesting caution on probably the second biggest individual gaming market in the planet, mobile being number one. And this game can run on mobile. If not, they may have released it on the Android store and on the, Apple store so that they could get more players. But the game is requiring beefy hardware. Hence, the hardware spec that you can find are either PCs that are out there or Xbox. And they will not swallow pride and go Xbox. Hence, PC is pretty much their saving grace. So why, in a sense, antagonize your own potential audience? Why try to, in a sense, short your own bread when you're facing the barrage of games that will easily come in and eat your lunch? Matt Piscatella, who's sitting in front of the data, finally said, great. I get seeing the account number grow is good for metrics, but putting player preference first is always better. He basically goes ahead and cites this, and even he knows, ladies and gentlemen, that, man, if it wasn't for that account hemorrhage that was going on, there were games that people were going to be jamming to, and it was the account required. Get the heck out of here. I'm going to go play Path of Exile 2. I'm going to play Counter-Strike 2. I'm going to play Baldur's Gate 3. But PlayStation wants to get a piece of this. And as somebody who, like I've told y'all, I'm a PlayStation fan, yes. I welcome this because this is the competitive field. The box competitive field is already, in my opinion, and I'll say it, somewhat corrupted. And I say corrupted not in a gooey way, but like more like, cybernetic or into its network, into its systems way. And PC is still kind of renegade. It's renegade in the sense that you have a wide array of gamers that would be willing to play your game, and many of them have access to it without the constraints of hardware limitations that basically have made them look away from the console platform. This, in my opinion, is the most interesting piece of the puzzle. Another thing that I looked at that I thought was very interesting in this whole conversation was the PC requirements. Oh, my fellow PlayStation fans, I've been telling y'all for a long time, though, that this whole PC thing that everyone is talking about, it really shows PlayStation's commitment to ensure that it is it's putting its best foot forward from a quality perspective for PC gamers. And one of them is showing the hardware requirements. Even at this stage, for a game that they locked outside of the PS4, which I think they could have launched this game on the PS4, believe you me, it would have easily done its 20 million. They have the GTX 1650. They have an RX 5500 XT in terms of the GPU. And then they have a Core i3 AT100 and a Ryzen 3 3100 to be able to play this game. All of these components, if you bought them combination-wise, you'd probably spend $150 on a good day in terms of CPU and GPU respectively. 1650, cheap GPU. You can buy any other GPU within its own category. Okay, let's just say it's $100. And then any of these CPUs, they're just calling $50, right? Not really a big deal at the end of the day to get your hands on. Let me make sure of that. Yeah, I was right. Around $100. You can buy it for $50 for the board or whatever. You can pay $150 for a little bit more. Or you can spend $98 for this one over here. So again, I guess it's something that, I'm seeing as a trend. They're optimizing these games for really low spec hardware. Then the RTX 3060. Shout out to Zubitech and D-Batch who made fun of the PC community after using the Steam hardware survey to go ahead and say, well, you see these PC gamers, they don't have these kinds of hardware. And I told her, I said that data is for developers. They will optimize their games to meet that particular standard, and that's simply what that metric shows. Now, I'm sure this is not something that many would have considered. However, because of how popular the 3060 is, it's a very good graphics card, by the way. You can see that PlayStation and their developers for PC are respecting that particular GPU because it carries at the end of the day. So seeing the 3060 show up in terms of the recommended settings, I mean, yeah, that's kind of weird. And then the Ryzen 5 3600, which at this point you can buy yourself a 5500 and you're going to get pretty much similar performance. That's like an $80 CPU. In terms of 1440, 60 FPS, you're looking at 3070 or 6800. If you're looking for ray tracing and high settings, you're looking at the 4070 and even the 7900 XT and very high, even 7900 XTX. And in Ultimate, you're looking at a 4090. So it seems like they have gotten their act together and they are ready to come and farm money from the platform where the players wish to give you money, but you must make sure that you give them something good in return. And not just something good, but something good on their own terms. If you're a console player, this is how it's done. This is why I stayed on PC. I saw this happen in different cases, and I said, dang. I mean, PC was a platform that drove Microsoft away with their, Microsoft live gaming or whatever it is platform. I didn't even know what that was at the time. I mean, shoot. But when I read the history and read, different forums about how it all went down, it gave me a little bit more respect for the platform because it is the renegade platform. It is what it is. All right. Okay. Talk to me in the comment section. Let me see how you see it. Peace out.